Welcome to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. I'm here to bring to you another EFC 24/7 news report this evening, and we've got quite a bit of transfer news to bring to you. Quite a few transfer rumours rather than transfer news, but we'll sift through them and have a look at what we think is legitimate and what's not. Now, talking of legitimate sources, Atletico Madrid's director, Andrea Berta, has come out and spoken to the press today, so that's pretty legitimate coming from the man himself. And he's spoken about the right back, Santiago Arias, who has been linked with a move to Everton. He said, "We are talking to Roma, Everton and PSG for Arias. It is possible we could release him on loan with an obligation to buy after 10 appearances. Very specific. Whether he's trying to generate interest there, it's an interesting one. Being so specific, he seems to have played all his cards on the table. Now, whether he's bluffing or whether he's not is interesting, or whether what he's trying to do is he wouldn't put that out to the press for no reason anyway. But Everton's name are of course in the mix. Seamus Coleman's been performing really well in the start of the season, I thought, right back, and obviously we've got John Joe Kenny, who's just been given the number 2 shirt as well, who's probably got a chance to prove himself with that second spot this season, were Coleman to have any issues. But bringing in an experienced right back like we did with Sadiba, who's a little bit older last season, could happen. But I think priority at the moment centre back, considering the injuries we've got with Holgate and Branthwaite now out, and we were thin on the ground with centre backs as we were anyway. Apart from that, Ryan Taylor Sport has come out with some quotes today, or Ryan Taylor, from the Daily Express, and he said one of his rumours anyway is that Leon Bailey is an option for Everton, but chances are Walcott and Sigurdsson need to go first. They're among the top earners. We knew that already. They're on nearly 100k each. So Leon Bailey is potentially an option on the wing. I brought to that rumour to you plenty of time before. So that's coming out of the Express, and some more quotes coming out of the Express today. They released a little bit of news on Tomori as well, but doesn't seem to be much in that, considering that Lampard spoke about Tomori, and he looks like he's going to stay put this season. I know Chelsea have a wealth of centre backs now, but Tomori is a young player who they rate very highly, and it looks like he'll stay put. Apart from that, James Rodriguez came out this morning that he's donated a percentage of his salary to his former team, Atletico Banfield, to help improve their youth academy, after they confirmed that they did not get any percentage of a fee after the Colombians moved to Everton on a free transfer. Obviously, they didn't receive any money because it was a free transfer, but it's very sympathetic of James to help the club out by donating completely off his own back a percentage of his wages. So classy on and off the field, it looks like, from James Rodriguez. As well, David Ornstein of The Athletic has reported that last summer, Marcel Brands fought hard with then manager Marco Silva not to pursue Juventus's Mario Mandzukic, and instead put faith in Dominic Calvert-Lewin and give him a chance. So it seems that Silva wants to bring an experienced striker in, but Brands wants us to stick with the youth and give Dominic Calvert-Lewin a chance, which seems to have paid off. Obviously, he got about 13 goals last season, and he started very well this season as well, of course. I think he's joint top scorer in the league, so he's doing really well at the start of this season. So that trust in the youth from Marcel Brands seems to be paying off potentially. So that's a bit of news that came out this morning from The Athletic. Apart from that, L'Equipe in France are reporting that Jean-Claire Todibo wants to leave Barcelona after a meeting with the board saw the club, Barcelona, offer less playing time guarantees. Barca were seeking €25 million for him, but are now willing to sell for less or even do a loan. Everton have been in touch in recent weeks, so obviously we're in the market for a centre-back. Ancelotti confirmed that himself last week in a press conference. Whether Todibo, that's a rumour that's been around quite a while, but it could be him, it could be someone else. Remains to be seen, but that's coming out of France anyway. It's not coming out of any reports, any sources close to Everton. So, wonder what you read into that. Let us know in the comments. But apart from that, quite big news as well. I'll bring to you finally one of the biggest news items I've left till last is coming out of Fussball Transfers, and they report that Everton and Leicester City are interested in signing Inter Milan's Ivan Perisic. which is quite interesting. So there's quite a lot of news. We've not brought you one of these 24/7 reports for a few days. That Perisic rumour came out a few days ago, but yeah, I'm going to bring it to you now. Obviously, Perisic is an experienced player. He's one of the best in Europe in terms of his profile of player. He's not a conventional winger, but he does play outside. In my opinion, he's a Carlo Ancelotti winger, I think, and it would be great if we were to bring him to the club. 6 foot tall, obviously. I think he's mid to late 20s, and he's a very good player, and he's the type of profile of player that Ancelotti would want to bring into the football club. But that's coming out of football transfers, so we don't know how much is in that. Would you like Perisic at the club? Obviously, a lot of people would. That's the standard of player we seem to be bringing in now. He's 31 actually. I've just found that out now. So he's a little bit older. He's older than James again, and he's not the typical brand sign that we were looking at, but uh, you never know. It's a class player to bring in alongside the likes of Alan, Decore, and James. So maybe that's the new Ancelotti style of incoming rather than the old brand style of bringing in young players. Because we did that alongside. Obviously, we've got Nkunku coming through at the moment. He seems to be a great signing who came in for the under 23s and has gone straight to the first team and standing out really well. But yeah, that's pretty much all the news coming out of the club today and the last couple of days really. So transfer rumours, let us know what you think of those rumours, how much is in that, and let us know as well what centre back you go for. I know what centre back I've been looking at for quite a while. Wesley Fofana has been linked with a move to the Premier League today, but not with Everton. I think it was Leicester who were looking at him, but he's one I'd potentially want to bring to the club. So let us know who you would, because I know we are obviously in the market for a centre back, and Tomori's looking unlikely. So yeah, there's a space for speculation there at the moment, and with there being about a a week or so, a little bit more left of the transfer market, we probably need to move fast, unless Everton are probably going to wrap up a last minute deal for a centre back. But yeah, hope we don't go for Chris Smalling or Marcos Rocco on the final day like last time. But yeah, that's all the news coming out of Everton today. As I said, let us know in the comments what you think, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. And yet, join us next time on the Toffee Blues.